Hello, hello, hello. This is Kara in Boston. I am coming to you live at 7:30 on December the 27th, and I am just checking in because I am having all sorts of issues that only the YouTube world can really help me with. So, first of all, I tried to. I, this is Harrison. He's taking a nap in his spot, so sorry. Um, so, I tried really hard to complete my video, which I did. And then I thought I had chopped it up enough, but apparently I did not. So I immediately got a copyright claim because, Disney, which I understand. But I've seen other content creators do all sorts of reaction videos, and they have a certain amount of the video and sound in it. I didn't have any video, like not one picture of anything in there. So I thought I was fairly safe. And I cut up the commentary uh, again enough that I thought I would be fine. And I'm not monetized. So that was another thing. I'm not a monetized channel. So I didn't think it was going to be as big of an issue to get started. But I literally could not get anything uploaded. I uploaded it and they copyright claimed it. I took out what it said to take out. And then they copyrighted a different section. So I figured that that was just going to be an ongoing battle, and I'm kind of back to square one because as much as I really, really want to do this reaction channel, I just feel like I'm in a little bit over my head for how to do the video and make it um, watchable. So he's so cute. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I thought I would jump on YouTube and try to see if anybody out in YouTube world could let me know what their suggestion is. I guess I could just do reviews in which I wouldn't need to use any of the audio or video from the movie, really. But it just doesn't seem to be as fun for me. I really enjoyed The Phantom Menace. There were quite a few points where I was surprised and um, I even cried. And so I thought it would be a really great chance to do a reaction. And I was looking forward to doing all of the Star Wars. But now I don't know what to do. So maybe you guys can give me a little bit of a hint as to what you suggest the best course of action is. All right, what else is going on? Well, clearly I got a kitten. I've done a few lives. I thought he was a girl. I believe now he is a boy. So if I'd gotten a boy cat, his name was going to be Harrison after my beloved Indiana Jones. And so that is his name. I do call him Harry, and sometimes when I call him Harry, I think of Harry Dresden. So this is my little Harrison, and he is the adventurer. So I mean, Indiana Jones would have been a perfect name for him had I not already had a cat named Indiana. But Harrison fits just fine. Although I do also call him my little nugget because he's so tiny, and he's been having a lot of fun. He goes through these cycles where he plays and then he sleeps, and then he eats, and then he plays, and then he sleeps, and then he eats, and so forth and so on. Just like any little kitten. But it's so nice to have a kitty back in the house. It's been 2 years since I've had any cats, and probably what I got cannoli 13 years ago, almost to the day. So I got him on Christmas 13 years ago. So that's how long it's been since I've had a kitten in the house. Um, okay, anyway, what else is going on? I have still got my Christmas decorations up because I don't usually take those down until after the first of the year. It's supposed to warm up over the next couple days here in the Bean, which is very exciting because it's been very cold. My apartment is very cold, and so it's been just too cold to really function. To get anything done, it's just too cold to feel comfortable. But I mean, it's the way of the East Coast, and I know this is not as cold as a lot of people are, so I might sound a little whiny. I don't have central heat or air in this apartment. It's very old. This apartment's very cold. I think my electric bill was upwards of $500 plus last winter each month because of just trying to keep the, the chill out of the air. which is why you can see I need to get a YouTube channel monetized, because some of you may or may not know, but I'm unemployed at this time, and I'm working on getting a new job. Hopefully I will have something in the works in January. Of course, it being the holidays, it is a tough time to get work, and so that has become um, a little bit of a problem. But I expected that. I just don't want to use all of my savings and then be in a pickle later on down the line. I also do a lot of conventions during the year, so that is something that's really important to me, and I want to make sure that I have the funds set aside to do those conventions, because that really brings me a lot of joy. And then perhaps I can use that for my channel. So okay, so back to the channel. Here we are. Um, I did make the channel Kara in Boston because I didn't want to pigeonhole myself into one particular type of content, uh, for just this very reason. I wasn't sure if it was going to work, and so I guess the real question comes into what do I do now? So I'm looking at what other people do online and what's popular, and I know a lot of people do what is comfortable to them. So they have a certain investment in a particular genre, whether it be like anti-MLM content because they were big in a multi-level marketing company, or maybe they have channels on cats because they foster cats and raise cats all day. I don't really have anything specific that I feel like is personal to me to do. I mean, other than the conventions, but again, I'm usually working them. There's a fine line, because I have uh, background knowledge of things that I just don't ever want to become. I don't want to slip. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to feel I'm using anybody in any kind of way. So I don't know if that's quite the way to go. I have thought about telling my story, of a not parent expected story. I recently did a genetic testing on my DNA, and my DNA comes back. I had a little bit of a surprise, like a lot of people are out there right now, and came to find that my birth certificate father is not my biological father. So I've been dealing with that this year. And I thought, there's so many people going through that right now, especially with how popular like Ancestry.com and 23andMe and things have become. I feel like this has happened to a lot of people. And I thought maybe a channel where people felt like they could share their stories. A lot of people have really good outcomes, and a lot of people have really unfortunate outcomes for whatever different reason. And it's hard to find a community that understands. I had a lot of my friends who, bless them, they're lovely people, but having not gone through it, it was a little tough um, to go to them and try to explain exactly what I was going through. So other people who have gone through this process have a better understanding. So I thought maybe that would be something I could do, even if it was just one portion of my channel, would be to read stories and share stories of people who have hopefully had amazing reunions, meeting either their birth parents or siblings, or in my case, my birth father has passed, so I was unable to meet him, but I did meet his children, and so that was it ended up being a fairly positive experience, as opposed to, I know some people have had really bad experiences, and um, it's sad, but it's for some people, they need to get the story out there. It's cathartic. It's I've been talking about it. It's my truth, and I I can't do anything about it at this point. But I'm taking this time to research and see like who I am as a person, and what all this means to me going forward in the future, and my son going forward in the future. So I thought that's something I could do. I've seen people do unboxing videos. I've seen people do. I'm not a family. I don't have a family to talk of necessarily. So there are people who do those things. So I know there's all sorts of different creative content out there, and I'm just looking for what would work the best for me. Of course, I could just sit here and video my cat sleeping on on me, and I would be perfectly happy to do that for hours and hours a day if people wanted to watch it. But all right, that is it. I just wanted to get a quick 10-minute live. I was trying to do it every day to prep for my launch, but this is more like a prep for what's next in the channel. So again, please subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. Do a thumbs up. And if you are watching this now, which you must be if you are here, so if you've watched the whole thing, I appreciate you. And if you could comment in the chat and let me know what kind of content you feel like would be best suited if you know me for me, or if you don't know me, maybe you could let me know what type of content you would like to see out there, and maybe that is something I can start doing. So, all right, this is Good Night from Kara in Boston and My Life with Harrison, and I will see you possibly tomorrow. Thanks again so much, and have a lovely evening. Good night.